Hey, it's Forest After Dark again with yet another entry in my series about writing, storytelling, and going through the book that I'm currently working on, the second book in my cyberpunk trilogy, where the first book is called The Glass God. You can find a link to that book in the description below on Amazon. And I'm going to keep this one pretty short tonight, partially because I need to go feed my son. But I was actually working on a scene tonight where I'm introducing a few new characters. And one of the things that I had to do a lot of fixing and editing on in the first book was really toning down. My nose is really itchy tonight, sorry. Really toning down the amount of description that I give the characters in terms of like physical description when I'm introducing them. Like in the first book, I used to describe word for word, like describe like top to bottom their clothes, their hair, like do they have scars on their face and or tattoos and stuff like that. And it got to the point where it was like it was pretty excessive. I know that there are other authors who have no problem with describing their characters in like almost gratuitous detail when they're first introduced. A lot of the time we have this picture in our heads of what our characters look like, and we want to put all of that into the book. But you also have to keep in mind that how much time you spend on describing your character in the book is time spent away from the story itself and keeping the pacing, like at a good steady, in a good steady vibe. So in the first version of the book that I released for The Glass God, the descriptions of like the physical descriptions of the characters were much more gratuitous. Whereas the updated version that I have out now that you can get, it's definitely more pared down. It's a little bit simpler. It's not as gratuitous as it was before, and I definitely follow that much more closely in the second book, where I think about what do I want my characters, if I'm going to do, like anything that I do to describe the characters, I want to figure out what do I want my readers to notice right away, and what am I okay with them basically what am I okay with leaving up to the imagination? What gaps am I okay with the readers filling themselves? And personally, I have found that by making the physical descriptions of my characters in the second book a lot simpler, it allows the pacing to go faster. It allows me to focus more on the story and less having to focus on what are the characters wearing, like, are they wearing pants? So yeah, a little bit of a word of advice for you. If you're working on your own book, try to focus less on describing the characters top to bottom, like how they're dressed, their hair, their skin and all that kind of stuff, everything that they're wearing, and just focus on maybe one or two traits about them that is important to you. That this is absolutely an important thing that you want your readers to imagine when they read about your characters, and like what gaps do you not want them to fill yourselves, but what stuff that you want them to know off the bat. So yeah, my little bit of advice to you, and a little bit of an update on me writing the book and how I'm approaching it differently from the first one. If you enjoy watching these are going to continue happening every night. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next entry.